how you doing? It's your boy E-Rider, and this is it, the OG B6, people. The OG B6, the one you've been hearing all about. This is my new channel, and this is what I'm going to be posting on from now on. So, let me tell you a quick rundown about this bike. When I first got this bike, it was restricted to 250 watts, which is the UK e-bike laws, which is where I live. I live in the UK, so we have to abide by the e-bike laws. So what I did is I put a 6,000 watt rear hub motor on it. I put a 100 amp reprogrammable controller on it. I've put a 60 volt battery on there. I put a voltmeter there so I can see exactly what I'm playing with all the time, voltmeter wise readings. I've put new pedals on her. I put Sur-Ron high-rise handlebars on her, which are really, really good. I put a Baja style headlight on the front there, which I quite like. I put a new front tyre on her. I put new knobbly off-road tyres on her. I've got slime in the inner tubes of the tyres as well. I've got LED light strips that run underneath both sides going up here. The plate that's underneath there, you'll get it black, but I've got, I wrapped another bike. I've got another bike. I've got a few bikes, people, which you're going to see in upcoming videos. But I wrapped a bike with oil slick wrap, which is quite nice. And I had a bit left over, so that's what I've wrapped that underneath plate with. You can't really see it now, but during the day, you know, you do see it. So, but it looks okay. So I've got oil slick wrap underneath there. LED light strips that run either side along there. I put some lights on the back there. I'm going to put more lights just on that little bar there. I put new tyre hugging fenders on, which I quite like. I do like them because they do stop a lot of the crap that gets thrown up. So yeah, new fenders, 6,000 watt or 6 kilowatt if you like, rear wheel. Now the thing is with the controller, I can reprogram the controller, so I can, with a 60 volt battery, which is what's on at the moment, reprogram that controller and I'll get 7.5 kilowatts or 7,500 watts out of the back wheel as she sits now if I reprogram her. If I put a 72 volt battery on, which I am going to do at some stage, put a 72 volt battery on her, then reprogram the controller, I'll get 9.5 kilowatts. So that's 9,500 watts out the rear wheel, which is pretty good going. I've got it comes with, because I bought it as a kit, so it comes with 4 piston brakes, which are really, really good. I like them. It also has regen braking as well. So the bike is pretty sweet, pretty sweet. I also bought new brake discs to put on. It's got black on the inside there. I don't know if you can sort of see that, but it's silver on the outside and you've got black on the inside of the discs as well. I quite like them. I just haven't got round to put in the one on the back wheel yet, but I will at some stage get round to it. Now, speed wise, this bike with these knobbly off-road tyres, as it is sitting here now, will do 55 miles an hour, people. 55 miles an hour. If I put road tyres on her, she will easily do 60 mile an hour bike. With road tyres, 60 miles an hour all day long, people. This thing is a beast. It's got so much torque. You can just lift that front wheel up. It just pops straight up if that's your thing. If that's your thing. You know what I mean? It's very, very torquey. I built this bike. Little bit of background about myself. I've been into e-bikes, building e-bikes for about 4 years now. I've built many e-bikes for myself, other people. I've worked on other people's e-bikes, service, repaired them. I've done all sorts of stuff to do with e-bikes. You know, I like building e-bikes. I probably build maybe 3 or 4 a year, depending, you know, on what's happening that year. At the moment, I'm running this one. I've got a mountain bike, full suspension, which I'm upgrading at the moment. I've just put new front forks on it. That was a 2,000 watt kit, but now I'm upgrading. I think I'm going to get a maximum of about 3,000 watts out of the kit, but I've got to see what I can get out of it when I get it. So I'll do a video on that one at another time. I've got a fold-up bike, 20 by 4-inch fat tire, BMXed it all up. That's running 60 volts. The kit that came with this bike, because it's 1,000 watt, as I say, it's restricted to 250 watts in this country, but they're easy to de-restrict. There's so many videos on YouTube, de-restrict it, and then you've got like 28 mile an hour bike. So I did take this kit and actually put it on another bike that I bought to put the kit on. It's a hardtail frame, and that's the one that I completely wrapped the whole frame with the oil slick wrap, and it does look really nice. So so all of you out there that have actually bought this bike, you know, I've still got the original kit, so I'm still riding about technically on the B6. It just does not look like the B6, you know, so technically I'm still riding on the B6 bike, just the kit. I've put it on another bike. So people, this is the bike. This is how she looks at the moment. I built this bike to do off-roading. This is my passion. This is what I like doing, and you know, this is the perfect bike for me. As soon as I see it, I was like, right, that's upgrading straight away. Straight away, I knew what I was going to do to the bike, upgrade wise. You know, 15 miles an hour for me, even 30 miles, 28 miles an hour for me. Now, you know, it's, you know, my BMX that I do 45 miles an hour. My mountain bike I do like 40 miles an hour. You know, I've had other bikes that I do 45 miles an hour plus that I've built and rode about for many, many miles. So, you know, a 28 mile an hour bike is a plod round to the shop bike, or I'm just going to pop out and I've got nothing to do and I'm going to take all day to do it. That sort of bike, you know what I mean? So I built this bike to do off-roading. I have done off-roading many, many times on this bike. Great fun. I've taken this bike to the woods, through woods, like quarries, massive hill climbs in quarries, all sorts, gravel, sand, beach. This thing, I've built a tank. It will go anywhere and ride over anything. So people, this is the new channel. This is the OG B6, people. The OG B6, the one you've been hearing about, people. Take a look at it. Look at that. And her name is a Little Red Devil. So it's the OG Little Red Devil B6 upgraded to 6,000 watts, 100 amp controller, 60 volt battery, new front wheel, tires, new brake discs, new handlebars, 4-piston braking, regen braking, voltmeter on it, adjusted the shock. I am going to upgrade the shock at some stage, but at the moment it's working for me. It's taking my body weight. I'm happy with it, so it does the job. When it does break, I will replace it. It's one of them ones. Again, with the front forks, they're doing the job. I quite like them, but as and when I feel I will replace them, I will replace them. So yeah, people, there's going to be plenty of content about this bike and all my other bikes. I want to try and put out a couple of videos a week. Maybe I'll do a little Q&A. If you've got any questions you want to ask me about bikes or any advice or tips or whatever, stuff like this, not a problem. Fire them over to me. I'll answer all questions back. Yeah, do a little video maybe in the week, Q&A, and then riding videos at the weekend, people. Riding videos at the weekend. It's got to be done. It's got to be done, people. And this thing is just comes with a full twist throttle as well, so it's amazing. It's like, it's nice, and it's not that noisy either. It is not that noisy. It surprised me actually how quiet the bike is, even when you're off-roading and doing this, that and the other. As e-bikes go, especially for that sort of power where you do hear them, this one is quite nice, which you will see when I do upcoming videos. So people, I think I've told you everything about the bike so far, but I will just quickly recap. So we have got a 6 kilowatt rear wheel, or 6,000 watt rear wheel. We've got regen braking, 4-piston brakes. on it. We've upgraded the front disc at the front. I just haven't got round to doing the back one yet. I've put Sur-Ron high-rise handlebars on, which really does make it feel nice. I put a Baja front light on there. I put my little bag on there just so I can keep some tools and bits and pieces. Always carry tools, people, with you. No matter what bike you got, always carry a few little tools just to fix it. 100 amp programmable controller, people. So I can adjust, as I say, boost that to 7,500 watts. I can adjust my regen if I want to. You know, you can do all sorts of stuff. It did have a bracket on the back, which you could put a number plate on. I had no intention of putting a number plate on this bike, so I'll cut that off as well. Took that off, and I think it makes it just look a lot cleaner. A lot cleaner. As I say, the fenders, I like them, tyre hugging, and they do the job as well. They're purposeful. They're purposeful. It just, you know, the fender that comes with it comes up to about there. Everything just gets caked up. It's just like, nah, man, don't like that. So it still gets a little bit muddy and dirty. Don't get me wrong, but it's like night and day compared to the other one. So I quite like it. Yeah. Now what I've done with the controller is you're always going to have wires on your controller that you're not going to use for whatever reason they could be. You know, lights, whatever they are. You're always going to have wires. So a little tip just before I go, the wires that you're not using, put into a waterproof bag, yeah? Do it up with like a cable tie or a zip tie. That way, when you wash the bike or it gets wet, them connections are not going to get wet and maybe damage your controller, because they are waterproof, but as long as they're male to female or connected. If they're not connected, then obviously there's a risk of water getting into that connection. So put them in a little bag, zip tie it up, which is what I've done. And I've got the bag which sits underneath the seat here with the rest of the wires, obviously, that I'm using going along. So yeah, that was just a little tip, people. And I've also got a little booty on the kickstand, red one, little trainer, little kicker on there, just to go with the red, just to finish it off. I don't know if you think it looks tacky. I quite like it. So there you go. So people, this is, as she stands, a 55-mile-an-hour bike. If I put road tyres on this bike, she is doing 60 miles an hour. She has got regen braking, which is adjustable, full twist throttle. You know, it's just like, the thing is a beast. The thing is a beast, but it's lovely to ride. Once you get them shocks and everything, your suspension adjusted to your body weight, which is why I think they set it so high. When you get this bike, you'll realise how bouncy it is, right? But that's because then you've just got to set it to your body weight, you know. So it's just very simple. You've got a little sprocket there. Just do it sort of half turns at a time. I would suggest doing it half turns at a time. Get on the bike, give it a little bounce, see how you go. You know, it's only going to be like 2, 3, 4 turns, maybe, whatever. And then you'll adjust it to whatever weight you like. So it's your bike. You need to feel comfortable riding the bike. If you don't feel comfortable on the bike, then you're not going to be in full control of the bike and you're not going to enjoy the experience. And that's what having an e-bike, people, is all about. It's the experience of it and just the enjoyment and the fun that you get having one of these bikes. You know, it's just, I can take this bike anywhere. It's not going to let me down. You know, when you're riding in traffic, you know, there's less risk of me having an accident on my bike because I'm keeping up with the flow of the traffic. You know, I'm not riding recklessly. I'm not weaving in and out. I'm not doing stupidness on the road. All I'm doing is just keeping up with the flow of traffic. So that geezer who's on his phone, who's not concentrating on me at all, don't go into the back of me and push me underneath that or do damage or whatever. You know, that's how stuff happens. So that's why I ride with the speed that the traffic is going. Now, what else can I say about the bike? The bike, I think, speaks for itself. I think the bike speaks for itself, people. This is the one, though. This is the little Red Devil. This is the one you've been hearing about all over the place. This is what kick-started this trend of this bike off. you know, and I do hope for everyone out there that has bought the bike or the videos that I've done elsewhere, that you are really enjoying the bike, you're loving your bike. But just remember, people, it's your boy E-Rider that started this all off, yeah? It's your boy E-Rider. Now, I've only just started up this channel, people. This is my new channel. I've only just started it up. So I need you to do me a favour, right? It's not going to cost you a single penny, right? That subscribe button, people. Do me a favour. Whack that subscribe button. And if you're feeling generous, give me a thumbs up as well, yeah? Because it all counts, it all helps. But I need to get this channel up and running. This isn't my channel. This is a channel about the e-bikes, and it's our channel. It's a community channel. So ask me questions, you know, fire off advice, and, you know, back and forth, and we'll have a little chat and stuff. Just feel free to comment, you know, good or bad. I appreciate it. You know, hopefully no bad, but I appreciate it. And yeah, you're going to see plenty more content on this bike and all my other bikes, especially this one. This is going to be the main one that I'm going to be riding, people. So you're going to be coming with me to the woods, to the quarries, to wherever we can find us off-road. We're going to go, people, and we're just going to have a real good time. And we'll have a chat about stuff. You know, if there's anything that people want to talk about or whatever, you know, fire it over, and we can do a little ride and we can have a chat while I'm riding as well, something like that. It's, you know, it's all interactive. It's all two-way, people. So yeah, this is the bike as she sits, 55 miles an hour, and it's just lovely to ride. Everything, virtually everything's upgraded. As I say, the shocks haven't and the forks haven't yet, but they will be. And that's pretty much the bike, people. That is pretty much the bike, and that is pretty much this video. This was an introduction to myself and one of the main characters that's going to be on the channel, just to say hello. And I appreciate, if you did follow me on my other channel, then I do appreciate all the support that you gave me on that one. Unfortunately, I'm not on that channel no more. This is my new one. So why don't you hit that subscribe button, start following me on this one, and we'll have loads of fun on this bike, and we'll do all sorts of stuff on it. And I can, yeah, it's going to be a giggle. It's going to be a giggle. I have dropped this bike a couple of times. You know, the only downside to this bike, unfortunately, is the rider. That's me, right? Hands up. But that's all part of the fun. That's all part of the giggles of it, you know. So yeah, we'll go out. We'll have a chat. We'll have a ride, and we'll just see how the day goes and where we get up to and what we get up to. Right then, listen, people. That's me done. Do me a favour, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for me, and people, I will catch you on the next one. Have a fantastic evening. Peace.